Proverbs 3 presents a timeless roadmap to living a life of peace, prosperity and honor by embracing wisdom, trusting in God, and practicing love and faithfulness. Solomon, the wisest king of Israel, offers profound insights into how wisdom can enrich every aspect of life, from our relationships to our inner well-being. These truths, though ancient, are deeply relevant for us today. Wisdom, Solomon writes, is more valuable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Proverbs 3:15. This paints wisdom not just as something useful, but as a treasure that surpasses all material wealth. In her hands are long life, riches, honor and peace, gifts that cannot be bought or earned through material means. Think of a seasoned leader in a company who, through years of experience, has learned to navigate challenges with integrity and wisdom. While others may rush to take shortcuts or seek short-term gains, this leader knows that true success comes from acting justly and honoring their commitments. In the end, their reputation for wisdom and fairness brings greater rewards, both professionally and personally, than those chasing quick profits. Solomon emphasizes that love and faithfulness should never leave us, urging us to bind them around our neck and write them on the tablets of our hearts. These qualities lead to favor with both God and man. In a world where competition and self-promotion often dominate, the power of love and kindness stands out as a beacon of light. Picture a teacher who not only excels in their academic expertise but goes out of their way to show love and support to their students. This consistent kindness doesn't go unnoticed. Students remember their care, parents speak highly of them, and the administration looks to them as a model of excellence. Their wisdom in building relationships fosters an environment of respect and admiration, earning them both personal and professional favor. Discipline, a father's love. Proverbs 3 also reminds us that God's discipline is a sign of his love. Do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. Proverbs 3:11-12. This perspective shifts our understanding of hardship, seeing it not as punishment but as refinement. Real-life example: consider someone going through a difficult season in life, perhaps facing setbacks or challenges they didn't anticipate. While the instinct might be to feel discouraged, they choose to view these hardships as opportunities for growth. With faith, they trust that God is shaping their character through these trials, helping them develop resilience, patience, and deeper wisdom. A life of generosity and integrity. Solomon encourages us to live generously and act with integrity toward others. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to act. Proverbs 3:27. This call to generosity goes beyond mere financial giving. It's about using our influence, time and resources to bless others while also living honestly and ethically. Real-life example. Think of someone in a leadership position, perhaps a manager or executive, who has the opportunity to help a colleague or team member advance in their career. Instead of holding back, they invest in the person's growth, providing mentorship and resources to help them succeed. Their generosity builds a culture of trust and collaboration, ultimately benefiting the entire organization. Walking in wisdom brings peace and protection. Solomon promises that wisdom brings safety, peace, and protection. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Proverbs 3:24. In a world filled with uncertainty, anxiety, and stress, this assurance offers incredible comfort. The peace that comes from walking in wisdom and trusting God surpasses the turmoil of everyday life. Real life example. Imagine a family facing financial strain or uncertainty about the future. Instead of giving in to fear, they choose to trust in God's provision and wisdom, living within their means and making sound financial decisions. Their faith and practical wisdom lead to a sense of peace, even in tough times. They sleep soundly, knowing they have entrusted their lives and future to God's care. The reward of humility. Lastly, Solomon contrasts the outcome of the proud with that of the humble. He mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. Proverbs 3:34. Humility is not weakness. It is a strength that opens us up to receive God's favor and wisdom. The wise inherit honor, while fools only bring shame upon themselves. Real-life example, think of a student who, despite being highly talented, remains teachable and humble. They seek guidance, accept correction, and are willing to learn from others. Their humility leads to growth, respect, and ultimately success. Meanwhile, their peers who refuse to listen or think they know it all find themselves falling behind, missing out on opportunities for growth. Conclusion: a life built on wisdom. Proverbs 3 offers us a vision of life built on wisdom, trust in God, and love for others. It's a life where peace, prosperity, and honor flow naturally from our decisions and actions. The wisdom found in these verses is not just theoretical, it's deeply practical, offering a blueprint for how to live well with integrity, generosity, and humility. As we embrace these timeless principles, we find that wisdom truly is more precious than rubies, leading us on paths of peace and prosperity. So let us trust in the Lord with all our hearts, honor Him with our actions, and walk in the wisdom that brings life, joy, and fulfillment. Applying the wisdom of Proverbs 3 to your daily life involves practical steps that can transform your mindset, decisions, and relationships. Here's a breakdown of how you can apply the principles from this chapter. 1. Trust in God completely. Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Trusting in God means leaning on His wisdom, not just your own understanding. Whenever you're faced with a decision, big or small, take it to God in prayer. Ask for His guidance and look for direction through scripture, prayer, and wise counsel. For example, before making a major career decision like switching jobs or starting a new project, spend time in prayer, asking God for clarity. If you feel uncertain, consult someone who is spiritually mature or look for signs of peace as confirmation. 2. Practice humility and teachability. Proverbs 3, 7. Avoid the trap of thinking you always know best. Be open to learning from others, admitting when you don't have all the answers, and staying humble in your approach to work and relationships. For instance, in your workplace or social circles, instead of insisting on your way, take time to listen to others' ideas or perspectives. Being teachable and humble creates opportunities for growth. 3. Live with integrity and generosity. Proverbs 3, 9, 27, 28. Honor God with your resources, time, money, and skills. Be generous when it's within your power to help, and avoid putting off kindness or giving when someone needs you now. For example, if you know a friend or colleague is going through a tough time, offer to help immediately, whether financially, emotionally, or through time spent with them. Don't wait until it's more convenient for you. 4. Embrace God's discipline. Proverbs 3, 11, 12. View challenges or corrections as God's way of refining you. Instead of being frustrated by difficulties, ask, what is God teaching me through this? For example, when you encounter setbacks at work, health challenges, or relational conflicts, reflect on what these situations are revealing about your character or faith. Perhaps it's teaching patience, resilience, or forgiveness. 5. Seek wisdom over wealth. Proverbs 3, 13, 15. Rather than focusing only on financial success or career growth, prioritize gaining wisdom. Take time to learn, grow spiritually, and build meaningful relationships. For example, invest in personal development through reading, mentorship, or spiritual growth. Join a study group or seek out wisdom from books or leaders who can help guide you through your challenges. 6. Find peace through God's protection. Proverbs 3:24-26. Trust that God is your protector, which will allow you to live without constant fear. When anxiety or fear creeps in, remind yourself of God's promise to watch over you. For example, if you struggle with anxiety over the future or personal safety, develop a habit of praying before bed and affirming God's protection over you and your loved ones. This can lead to better rest and peace of mind. 7. Cultivate love and faithfulness. Proverbs 3:3-4. Make love and faithfulness core to who you are. These qualities should guide how you interact with others, whether at home, work, or in your community. For example, in your relationships, show consistency and reliability. Whether it's with a partner, family, or colleagues, demonstrate that you're dependable and act with love in difficult situations. 8. Keep sound judgment and discretion. Proverbs 3:21-22. Exercise sound judgment in your decisions, making sure they align with wisdom. Use discretion in your words and actions, ensuring you are thoughtful and responsible. For example, before making a financial decision or giving advice, take time to research, seek counsel, and reflect on the potential consequences. Avoid impulsive choices that could harm your reputation or relationships. Practical steps for everyday application. Start your day with prayer and scripture. Make it a habit to begin each day by seeking God's wisdom. Read a chapter of Proverbs or another scripture, asking God to guide your thoughts and actions. Reflect on decisions. Throughout the day, pause before major decisions to ask, am I leaning on my own understanding or God's wisdom? Seek His guidance in real-time situations. Practice gratitude and generosity. Look for ways to bless others, whether through acts of kindness, giving, or lending a helping hand. Be intentional about generosity, knowing that it honors God. Surround yourself with wise counsel. Seek out mentors, friends, or family members who are grounded in wisdom. Their insights and encouragement can help you stay on the right path. Keep a wisdom journal. Write down moments where God has guided you or revealed His wisdom. Reflecting on these experiences can deepen your understanding and help you recognize His hand in your life. Key takeaway. By trusting in God, seeking wisdom, and living with integrity, you'll experience the peace, prosperity, and favor described in Proverbs 3. These principles are meant to be lived out daily, transforming the way you approach life's challenges and opportunities. As you apply them, you'll find that wisdom leads not only to personal success, but also to a deeper, more meaningful connection with God and others. The next step is to take what you've learned and put it into action. Here's a clear, practical path forward to start applying the wisdom from Proverbs 3:1. Create a daily routine for seeking wisdom. Start each day with prayer and reflection. Commit to spending 5 to 10 minutes in prayer and scripture reading, asking God for guidance and wisdom for the day ahead. Action: pick one proverb or verse from Proverbs 3 each day to meditate on and apply to your life. Keep a journal to write down how you will incorporate it into your actions, thoughts, or decisions. 2. Practice trusting God in specific areas. Identify where you struggle to trust. Reflect on areas in your life where you find it difficult to trust God, whether it's in your career, finances, relationships, or personal growth. Action: write these areas down and pray specifically about them, asking God to give you peace and trust. Then, look for ways to actively trust Him by taking steps of faith, such as surrendering control over certain decisions or being patient with outcomes. 3. Set goals for humility, generosity, and integrity. Be intentional about cultivating key virtues. Decide where and how you will practice humility, generosity, and integrity in your daily life. Action: humility. Seek feedback from a mentor or trusted friend about areas where you can grow. Commit to listening without defensiveness. Generosity. Find one opportunity each week to help someone in need, whether with your time, finances, or encouragement. Integrity. Make a conscious decision to always act with honesty, even when it's difficult. 4. Embrace God's discipline with gratitude. Reframe challenges as growth opportunities. Whenever you face hardships or correction, view them as opportunities for spiritual growth and wisdom. Action. Reflect on a current challenge and write down what you believe God is teaching you through it. Actively choose to embrace it and ask God for strength to endure with grace. 5. Surround yourself with wise and faithful people. Build a support network. Seek out friends, mentors, or a community that values wisdom and lives out the principles you want to embody. Action. Schedule regular check-ins with a mentor or join a small group at church in your community to grow and be accountable. 6. Monitor your progress. Track your spiritual and personal growth. Set time aside weekly to reflect on how you apply your principles. Action journal. This helps you stay consistent and encouraged as you grow in wisdom. A 7-day plan to get started. Day 1. Begin with Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Reflect on what trusting in God means for your specific circumstances. Pray and ask God to help you trust Him fully. Day 2. Focus on humility. Ask for feedback from a colleague or family member on how you can improve in being teachable and humble. Day 3. Practice generosity. Look for an opportunity to give to someone, either with your time or resources. Day 4. Reflect on a challenge in your life and identify how you can embrace God's discipline as a growth opportunity. Day 5. Review your financial situation or goals and honor God with your resources by planning a way to give, save, or spend wisely. Day 6. Seek out a conversation with a wise mentor or friend who can guide you in making sound decisions in a specific area of life. Day 7. Reflect on the week. Journal about what you've learned, how you've trusted God, and where you've seen growth in your life. Conclusion. By taking these actionable steps, you are actively putting the wisdom of Proverbs 3 into practice. Remember, it's a daily journey of growth, so be patient and consistent. As you continue to trust God, seek wisdom, and live out these principles, you will begin to see changes in your relationships, decisions, and overall well-being.